recording. All right. Well, hello. This is Kevin Murphy and Lisa Starbuck with the Knox County Planning Alliance. We're doing the review of the preliminary agenda for the June 2011 Knox County Planning Commission meeting. Lisa, you want to say hello?
Hello.
All right. So every month we do this review, and we've done a little bit of pre-work for this. We will, but for those of you that want to do this at home, you go to the agenda website, which is knoxmpc.org/agenda or agenda.knoxmpc.org. They post the preliminary agenda 3 weeks before, and then just simply click the view button, and the agenda pops up. So we've already we've done a lot homework, and this takes us about this takes us about 2 hours or so, 2 or 3 hours just to do the homework piece of this every month. We've gone through and analyzed the issues and kind of made a notepad, and the notes I'm going to share out in the comments. I've actually just lost my tab that I had open that had the agenda. There it is. So we've got our notes that we've put in here, and I'm going to go ahead and start. On the agenda, there's standard items that go, roll call, agenda approval, and stuff. They go into alley and street closures. There's nothing there that really caught our eye as something to really pay attention to. No street names, no sector plans or reports on the agenda. So the first one, the next section is Hillside Protection Overlay Certificates of Appropriateness. We haven't really looked at those before, but I wanted to take a look at the first one on the, or the only one that's on the agenda this month. So if you click that up, it takes you to the web page about this this agenda item. You can submit your comments, or you can request to speak, and there's all sorts of great information, who to contact if you have questions. Here, the applicant is requesting a hillside protection variance, or to increase their allowable disturbed area to approximately 5 acres. Now, I want to look. This is Northwest City. It's off of Nickel Road, between Western Avenue and Pleasant Ridge Road. And they have a concept plan, which is actually item number 21 later in this agenda. That's for 18 lots. It's 1.96 units per acre. I'm actually going to bring up the site plan so we can see what this looks like. It's a little blurry on this screen, but it looks like we've got Nickel Road, a road cuts in. There's a cul-de-sac with some houses clustered around, and then this has the contour line, so we can see it goes from about the 1160, 1170 in the front, goes up down to 1120 in the back. And it looks like there's some up and down that we have going on with this. So anyways, they've got their concept plan. This kind of shows on their plan, the fill that they're planning to do in detention ponds. It looks like they've got a lot of area back here that they're disturbing. I think, Lisa, the rezoning probably had the slope analysis. Is that right?
Most likely it did. I don't know if it shows on here what the slope actually is, but it looks fairly hilly to me.
Yeah. Should be a little information in the case file. This is the slope analysis. It is in the current case file. So you can see that there's, the green is less than 15% slope. The red is, as you get more and more red, you approach, 40 or more % slope. So it looks like they've got a fair amount of slope in the back, and I remember they are disturbing some. It looked like to put a detention pond in. Oh, good. Okay, this is the actual key thing. Here's they actually tell us of the acreage that you should be able to, the 15% slope. You should be able to disturb half of it or all of it. Then as you go 15 to 25%, half. So this is all in the Hillside Ridgetop plan, which is now codified in the city. So you're allowed to disturb 6.57 out of those 9.07 acres total on the property. And I believe the request was allowable disturbed area to approximately 5 acres. So I'll be curious to look at the staff report on this once they have the full staff report open. I don't know. It looks like Hillside allows them to disturb 6.5 acres. So 5 acres is actually less than what the Hillside plan allows them.
Right. So I'm not clear. Are they asking for an additional disturbance?
Yeah,
Or?
I'm not sure either. It says additional disturbance. It says nothing is currently disturbed, and so it's an undeveloped site.
Also, it'd be useful to know where they're talking about disturbing it. Are they talking about the 15 to 25% additional disturbance, or is it the the very steep slope that they're talking about disturbing? Because
Yeah,
that's going to have the most impact on the neighbors.
yeah. It'd be great to see this concept plan overlaid on the Hillside protection area plan. That would be really helpful. All right, I put this one on. This is kind of new to us, so it's kind of neat to watch this as we begin looking at these kind of items. All right. I'm also making sure nobody's in our waiting room. Nope. Okay. The next one is item 10. It's a sector plan, 1-year plan, rezoning. This has been on our agenda both in April and May. There's a large distribution warehouse proposed up on Callahan Road at the Interstate 75 exit. This is in back and around the existing UPS distribution facility up there. So they're talking about a new stoplight on Callahan Road, some road realignments and stuff. There's an area of Keck Road that talks that asks we should probably make sure that there's some feedback about lighting shielding for nearby residential neighbors and maybe the access for Keck Road, just to make sure that doesn't become a thoroughfare.
That is an area that has a lot of traffic, and there's a lot of accidents in and around Callahan Road. So I don't know how much traffic this is going to be adding, but
yeah,
definitely be a factor. And the fact that the UPS facility is nearby means that there's a lot of tractor trailer trucks coming in off the interstate. The interstate comes in right there. A lot of people use back roads to go to halls and other parts of, through Callahan Road and Central Avenue Pike. So this is a very high traffic area.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So there'll definitely be a lot more potentially truck traffic getting off the interstate and then going southeast on Callahan Drive to the stoplight that's there. But we want to make sure that the neighbors down here, like that this parcel isn't using Keck Road either direction to get in and off, and as well as there's some lighting shielding and stuff for these and landscape uppers for the residences that are bordering on the east side of that property.
Do we know if this is going to be a 24-hour facility, or is there going to be a lot of noise in the middle of the night?
That's a great question. I don't think we have that information. So let me take that. So we've got road coming in. Let's see, they're not considering the use except the traffic. This is a previous agenda review that we did, and my browser has frozen. Oh, it thinks that I'm not here. Now I'm signed in so I can edit this. Okay, great. So let's see, concerns, noise during evening hours, 24-hour facility, lighting, Keck Road through traffic, landscape shielding. Yeah, so those are things we should definitely put in and ask about. All right, so our next item is one, and the ones that are highlighted in yellow are the ones that have kind of more of our attention. I think I'm going to actually highlight this one as well, because that is a big deal. Next item is number 11. It's on Murphy Road at Old Tazewell Pike. There's 8.7 acres that are currently forested or undeveloped, and the applicant is looking to it's in the rural area of the county, but the north city sector plan. So they're requesting a rezoning to planned residential up to 5 dwelling units an acre. The rural area does limit rezonings down to 3 dwelling units an acre. We would expect to see that approved. Kind of interesting, so that yeah, if they did 5 units an acre, that would be 478 vehicle trips onto Murphy Road, and then either Tazewell Pike or probably Tazewell Pike more, but some Washington Pike. And it's zoned in the Gibbs district. So I will, I'll make sure that I notify the HOAs that are on Murphy Road, Shannon Valley Farms and Summer Rose about this one. Next up is, we looked at, there's number 12, which is on Amherst Road. It's a rezoning from RN1 to RN2. It's look, this is a single family lot. It's just next to a few other single family lots. So bring up the map, or maybe the case file has this already in it. Oh, it does, good. So RN2 allows for smaller setbacks for the most part than RN1. RN1's the larger setbacks, RN2 is smaller. We've got RN1 on each side. There's actually some industrial back there and some ag, so there's kind of a smattering, but it's primarily RN1 in that area. I'm speculating, I don't know, but they may just be looking for the rezoning to accommodate a setback for these accessory buildings on the side. It looks like they may be pretty close to the roads, and to make the lot legal, fully conforming, they may just need a rezoning. So it could just be a bank transaction. You can do duplexes, and that was the first thing I thought, is this going to be a duplex, but you can do a duplex in both RN1 and RN2. It's a special use, so it has to go through an approval in either one of those. So really the main difference is just setbacks. Let's see. Next up was another one on Amherst Road, slightly different area. Let me close out some tabs. You open a lot of tabs when you do these agenda items. So this is on Amherst Road, I think is actually, yeah, it's over here. This is actually on the other side of the railroad tracks from it. And they are requesting, oh, this is actually, I believe, going from agricultural to, no, it's going from industrial to agricultural, I think. Yeah, it's currently industrial. So that, I don't know if that's for tax purposes or what, but, or assessment purposes. Doesn't really raise a red flag, except that it's 8 acres. And it'd be really hard to develop that since you have to go across a railroad track. The next one, which is highlighted, is let's see. Oh, this was interesting. This is next to, this is 8700 Ball Camp Pike. It is actually a small sliver of land at Ball Camp Pike and Hitching Post Drive next to the Ball Camp Fields. And they are requesting a rezoning from planned, yeah, it's this tiny little sliver of land. It's currently zoned planned residential, and they want to rezone it to neighborhood commercial. Looks like we've got a shod road right of way running through there as well. That I actually want to look, because I'm trying to think how the roads actually run, but it's this really small sliver going for neighborhood commercial. I can't speculate. I don't know if that was
How big is the sliver? How big is the acreage?
0.86 acres.
Yeah, well, you can't develop anything neighborhood commercial on that piece of property.
Yeah.
There's no parking, no way to do parking.
Yep. Looks like the county's acquired right of way. I'm not familiar with this area, but it looks like they've acquired right of way for a shod road extension in the future. Yeah, that's, I think is what's going to happen, is the shod road is going to be rerouted or something through there. But yeah, this one's kind of confusing, so I've just got it highlighted because I can't really figure out what we're doing with this. Don't know who the communities are in that area. That is the AYSO soccer fields. Maybe contacting AYSO just to make sure they know that that's happening. There will be a sign going up, but it'd be good to contact them. Let's see, the next one isn't highlighted. It didn't bring up a lot of, I didn't see any red flags. It's simply it's a rezoning from, let's see, ag to low density residential and ag, oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. And I didn't even put what the rezoning is. They are requesting, they're going current from CN, neighborhood commercial, to general commercial. And this is just it's where Rutledge, Pike, and Interstate 40 intersect. It's the southwest corner of the of that, and it's currently a Shell station / Kinjo Market. So you've got Interstate 40 running through there and Rutledge Pike. These lots are platted, but they're, there's a sinkhole and a lake back there. Anyways, I don't. It may be that neighborhood commercial doesn't allow what their current use is of a gas station. So, yep. Yeah, we'll watch that one. It's not bringing a big concern though. Let's see, that takes us down to the next one. This one is going to be a big one in the Hardin Valley area. This is off of Marietta Church Road. I'm going to bring up the case file as well. So I'm going to bring up the map. It's a pretty large parcel. Let's see, actually, let's go back to the, it's 94.12 acres. They're going from agriculture to planned residential, proposed at 2 dwelling units an acre. And they're requesting the LDR sector plan designation, which is not one that we really are trying to use much in the rural area, but I'm bringing up the sector plan map right now. There are 2 very large portions of LDR sector plan designation adjacent to it. So it looks like we've had some, I'm going to say, some sector plan designation that was a little bit higher than needed. It might be nice if this was tempered down to a rural residential. But this is going to be 94 acres at up to 2 units an acre, so that could be another 180 houses. We're not at the concept plan phase, but we are at the rezoning phase, so we may have some hillside to bring up the hillside protection map. Looks like I did see some on the corners and back edges.
And a couple of blue line streams through the middle.
Yeah, yep. So this one will be a little trickier to develop. It is an item of note. We'll bring that up, but the owner is Richard Briggs, former county commissioner and now a state senator. Curious, does he also own this? No, he doesn't own the other piece. It looked like the driveway went through. Most of the ridge line looks like it's in the back, but this kind of looks like it's settled into a valley here with maybe what might have been in a creek or something going through at one point. So that's a big item for Hardin Valley. I'm going to take the hillside layer off because that's a lot of data. Just looking at the overall zoning in that area as well, it seems like we've got Hardin Valley Road comes out, Marietta Church comes off of it. It seems like we've got all the property along North Campbell Station and Marietta Church seems to be converting over to planned residential at really low density. So it's all kind of a general sprawl out there of low density sprawl farther out on these 2-lane roads. Yep. All right. The next one, should have highlighted this. Let's see. The next one is this is Rutledge Pike at Shiptown and Roberts Road. They are requesting a change from ag to CA, which is general commercial. I've highlighted this and done a little bit of work and research on it. The case file will show that currently the 3 corners here are neighborhood commercial. I'm sorry, this is the sector plan designation. So the sector plan calls for neighborhood commercial on all 4 sides of that, and that kind of makes sense. This is out, it's not too far past the city limits. In fact, I think that is the city limits adjacent to it. But But they were trying to establish, some neighborhood commercial nodes and some rural commercial nodes out even farther at Roberts Road and Washington Pike, and I think Old Rutledge Pike and Rutledge Pike. But they're requesting CA and general commercial, or the CA, the general commercial. That's a zone that, again, we're really trying to get away from. It doesn't have much in the way of landscaping requirements or other things, and allows more intensive uses. I'll be curious to find out why they're requesting CA. I expect the planning commission or staff will probably recommend neighborhood commercial there. So that one, keep an eye out on, again, mainly because just the CA zone is not terribly friendly for neighbors, and it allows larger signs and stuff like that. So it'd be nice to see NCB, take on neighborhood commercial, both for the sector plan and the zoning for all four corners of that. Let's see. Definitely want to highlight it. For number 20 is Innsbruck Farms off of Ruggles, Ferry, Pike. This has been on the agenda since March. It's been postponed. This has a huge amount of attention on it, and I'm sure will be a very long agenda item if it is not postponed at this meeting. There's a lot of community feedback. We know that they've had several meetings, both just community only and community and the applicant and developer. So, with hundreds of people attending them, it's really been one of the biggest turnouts that I think we've seen in KCPA as we've watched communities organize. The other large ones would be the recent Bexhill North Shore rezoning. This is
482 lots. I mean, there's a reason why that people are concerned about it, and it will be interesting to see what Planning Commission does with this one because of the impact in that area.
Yeah, there's tremendous traffic impact, school impact. Let's actually look and see. Well, this isn't a rezoning, so they haven't actually computed the trip count or anything yet. Because let's see, they have done a transportation impact study. They've talked a little bit about TDOT doesn't want to do traffic signals at Andrew Johnson Highway, and City of Knoxville does want to do a traffic signal at Asheville Highway, North Ruggles, Ferry, Pike. So that's kind of interesting. KUB thinks that there is sufficient sewer. Let's see, 160 children are estimated for Carter Elementary, Carter Middle, and Carter High. I'm sorry, that says 160. This is going to be 482 lots. That seems really low to me.
I agree, and I don't know what they're saying here. Student yields from new developments do not reflect a net addition. Additions occur incrementally
over the bill.
So that must be what they're saying. Why that's so low is they're saying that it's going to take a while to build it out, and so the impact of the children will be incremental.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely have some questions about just, I don't know how that number's determined. This is also, so anyways, they've updated the staff report. Encourage people to go read the staff report. Staff is asking about things, dedicating some usable open space for park, school, recreation. And I do know that there's been reach out to Legacy Parks and the Knox County Mayor's Office and the Parks Department about amenities, sidewalks, and very particularly here is let's see if I can find the map. This is on the Holston River, and you could have a non-motorized access there for canoes, kayaks, and things like that. So yeah, so we're looking at that one will be very deeply talked about. Next on our agenda is Bakertown Road subdivision, Bakertown Road at Ballcamp Pike intersection. There's need some more information on this. We don't have the site plan. This is only for a portion of property north of Ball Camp Pike, but it includes tracks and stuff for what's already built out on the south. So we need more information. I'm just going to pass right on through that because we don't have the site plan. We're into the use and review in the concept plan section now. Next on our list is a Pine Grove subdivision. This was a recent rezoning that was done at about 5 units an acre, planned residential. It's in the urban area of the county, actually. We brought up a need that there needs to be some maintenance of the existing tree lines and stuff around it to buffer from the agricultural areas. So you can see it's a rectangular lot. There are some existing tree and fence lines. So we're going to make sure we submit comments on that, and that should be preserved as part of or a condition of the use on review and site plan there. Number 24 is it was postponed. Let's see, from May. There's a proposed use of indoor and outdoor self-storage on Middlebrook Pike in the 9000 block. This is important. There is finally a site plan up and available on this. So I encourage you to take a look. Now let me bring up the actual page. If you go to the Planning Commission site, you can click the button where it says site plan to get to the file that I've just pulled up. I'll actually just click the button. Here it pops up. We can zoom in a little bit, and we'll see as it renders that they have. And actually, let's look at the case file as well, so you can see so you're looking at this large kind of rectangular parcel, a little bit not cut off next to the Glenmore Grove here. What I find is interesting is they've got, it looks like I'm going to zoom in just a touch more. The bottom of it, they've actually carved it off into 2 out parcels, each about 3/4 of an acre. They then have a 100,000 square foot 3-story indoor storage building, 50 units, and then 2-story buildings, each 50 units of kind of the drive-in or drive-up to storage as well. And then plan to remove that. So this is pretty big. The other thing that has caught my eye is the slope in the property goes down quite a bit. Let's see, let me zoom out a little bit here on the page. We go from about 1,020 feet up to top of 1,080 feet, so almost 60 feet of rise. Structures that are located up there are going to be a lot higher, so lighting will spill down onto some of the residences and houses that are down. So I think lighting shields and stuff will be needed. So we've got look at lighting, perimeter landscaping. I'm going to call out particularly light or house side light shields, perimeter landscaping, etc. All right, so next on our agenda is item number 25, out on Asheville Highway where the old Hardin Deli is. Let me pull up my agenda again. Or Hardin drive-through restaurant. That was, here we go. All right, sorry about that. This is now use on review for recovery housing for men. They've done some rezoning, and I think it's changed to the sector plan as well. So there's a case file as well as I believe a site plan for it. The site plan is really a letter that describes how they're going to use it, the conditions they'll be using it for, traffic. It says they're a 1-year inpatient program for working there. They'll be understaffed for intern, and it's not the actual old Hardin facility, it's the building next to it. So that's that's going on Asheville Highway. I know that we'll probably get some comments. Next is something we don't have a site plan yet, but on 1040 Ebenezer Road, kind of just near the Ebenezer Westland intersection, there's a apartment complex currently under construction. The use on review proposing multifamily development. but we don't have any more details and there's no site plan. So we'll be looking at that and following up. Next is one that's unusual, but uncommon, but it is allowed. There's a use on review for at the intersection of Dry Gap Pike and Fountain City Road. This is up near Tommy Schubert Park. It's surrounded by residential, and it's zone planned residential for this parcel. In planned residential, applicants are allowed to have 1 acre of commercial property for every 100 units of residential that they put in. This was part of the Sturkey Hills Villas that the concept plans and approval for that was done in 1995 and 1996. So it looks like the applicant's trying to take just this remaining section and turn it and make that into commercial. It is kind of like, I didn't pull the map up, but it's a triangle. I'll bring up the map here really fast. It is kind of a triangle intersection there. Again, this is number 29. I'm going to click on the use on review and bring up the case file so you can see that here it is. This is it's this triangle right here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and be smart and add in a hyperlink as well. Okay, next, number 30, just made a note. This was done back in 1989, this development of the courtyards at Eagle Point. It's an apartment complex, and they're requesting a change of use from a clubhouse to an apartment. Looks like they're trying to convert part of their, trying to turn their clubhouse into an apartment. 31 is a proposal for additional outdoor storage, which is next to an indoor storage that they built next door to it. This is on Beaver Ridge Road near Oak Ridge Highway. I did see one public comment on there. So we might, I don't know who to contact, but we'd like to contact somebody. Next is, we're just about done to the end of the agenda. There's a small parcel that's proposed for a behavioral health center on 201 Prosperity Drive in the city. Number 36 is, we don't have any information yet. Plat not available yet. We should probably ask for it. But the Glen at Hardin Valley, lot 49, and the common area and the joint permanent easement have been asked to be re-subdivided. And finally, last item on the agenda is the FY22 budget for Knoxville, Knox County planning is on the table. So we'll see what planning's priorities are. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. This was much shorter. You can see we'll publish this document out. We'll publish a list of the agenda items that we think are really interesting that we're going to keep a watch on. And this document does take a while to put together. We hope it helps you quickly focus in on what you need to look at for this month. And with that, thank you for joining us, and we'll stop in the meeting.